It was a beautiful program. Like it is, like Kate, it is absolutely beautiful. Like it's,
Thank you.
and it like, I think it's inspiring knowing that you've done, like knowing that you've done it 4 times. Like all I can think
Yeah.
is, wow, I would want to break for like, but the only thing is, it does make me think, well, in a year, maybe I should. What else do I have to tackle? There's like, this isn't it.
Yeah, it's not. And, I've said before, the Soul Circle is for empath grads, and it's also for people who are curious or who are current clients of mine, to kind of come and gather in space. And I run some events that are just for the Soul Circle folks to be, held in warm community. But it does occur to me that the Empath Energetics program is not a one and done program, even for people who have taken it before. It's something that I could see past participants wanting to do again. I've heard it from multiple past participants that they could see themselves going through this process again, which is so cool to me, because also a lot of the times, like a healing program, it teaches you something and then there's no reason to like review those teachings. I think it's because I try packing so much in here. I'm passionate about healing. I always give different things depending on who's talking. It's really, really fluid in that sense. And yet it has a structure that I can depend on, that I can count on. Shadow, light, legacy, right? Energy, shadow, light, legacy. That is the 4-month program. You understand energy, you review intuition development, you figure out how your triggers are, what your emotional experience currently is. You do chakra pendulum readings. It's really involved, actually. And then month 2 is shadow work. And then you work up to the shadow work show and tell time. It's a lot more of the intuitive guidance and group coaching, and a whole bunch of tools for, cognitive behavioral therapy tools, how you can relax and integrate, empath problems, triggers that we might experience on our healing journey. And then we go into light work. And light work is, to me, the most intensive, which is why it's in the middle there. It's the time where a lot of people have a challenge with becoming their true light self, because that is it's like more held back from us than we realize. And so reaching those full limits means letting go of stuff that you didn't even know you needed to let go of. It's a little different than the shadow work, which is stuff really that you need to look at. And then legacy work is all about how we make a positive impact on the world. When I first ran this Empath Energetics program, we didn't have that in round 1. I really missed it. The legacy workbook was sort of an add-in at the end that I went, maybe just take this and do that. It's really important to me that we spend time with, what are we really going to do with this newfound sense of self and this resourcing of energy that is now familiar to us and it's stable? How do we make this change long lasting? And something I'm really passionate about. So I really appreciate it. It is a beautiful program. I think I can say that now. I do put myself through the program. So I did want to talk about that as well on this. So I made myself a cacao for some heart opening for myself. It's not always that I share my own stories of what I'm going through in life. And I certainly don't share the things that are really deep and really sensitive for me. I will often share things after they've been processed, after they've been looked at and picked through. And while that's still true to a certain extent, because I do want to maintain, healing, leadership, and guidance kind of role, something that occurred to me that's really important to me and how I see healing is that my clients understand these are tools that continue to help me and that are part of a healing process that we go on internally that is really of our own curation. So to be able to say, hey, this is your journey to craft and curate, I'm giving as much as I think, you can take on and what you need. And I'm trying to give lots of extra suggestions so people can almost pick and choose the things that feel right for them. But putting myself through this program, I didn't expect, I think, the change that it would give me. Not only was I running this, I did this healing program 4 times. I pulled my cards for each one. Mind you, in the first 2 rounds, we didn't have legacy cards. So it was like 8 cards, 8 cards, 12 cards, 12 cards, all different archetypes and roles and characters that I ended up self-reflecting myself. Hey, what am I doing to bring that piece out? Or when does that part of myself come out? And, what can I do to sort of support that side of myself as it wants to be heard, as it wants to be shown? putting myself through the program 4 times is why I am now taking a minor break until the next round starts. Round 5 starts in early April. So in early April, I'm excited to put myself through it again. And it doesn't sound like painful. I know when I say putting myself through it, it kind of sounds like way worse than it actually is. But it really is, it's a self-healing, self-reflection, maybe self-analysis and self-actualization course. And there are times where, you're not meant to just be fully focused on healing. You're meant to also integrate, live your life, kind of learn it through experience. You know what I mean? There's stuff we got to learn through learning, and then there's stuff we got to learn through being and doing. And so I try to put myself through the program in a little bit, a less percentage of a way so that I can actually hold space for everyone doing the fullness of what they need. But I do share my own perspective, my own little archetypes, and I allow people to call me out, or I call them call ups, like we're going up to our higher self. But I allow people to call me out because this is a helpful thing to me. For me to see things truthfully is to heal. I think hiding from myself is where it didn't feel like life was working right for me. Avoiding things doesn't feel like life is working for me. Complaining about something without taking action also doesn't feel like it's a longer lasting solution. I wanted to really, truly heal and to think clearly about life in a way where it wasn't intimidating me anymore, where it didn't feel like life was out of my own design, that my emotions were just going to sway me this way and that, and they had no real logic. Doing a lot of this really deep healing and self-actualization work, when you apply yourself to it, when you really put the effort in, like all of the testimonials have said, hey, you really got to do it, and then it'll be amazing. Having done it 4 times, I got to tell you, I feel like a different person. I created it, I get that, but it also came through me. There's a lot of aspects to this program that I didn't realize were going to be a part of things until later, until it sort of came obvious to me. So the way it's revealed itself, the healing that I've gotten through watching everyone else's experience is so immense for me. I'm emotional on like a regular basis about it in like a beautiful way, because I'm really just I'm so proud and so impressed that this continues to be a series of teachings that supports people and that gives them tools to feel free to live the life that they intuitively feel destined towards or drawn towards. Usually it's that resistance that causes a lot of icky, frustrating, suffering, pain kind of experiences for us. So I really do feel like looking things straight in the face, being brave together with kind, sensitive companions is a way to clear that for good. To just say, that's enough of being scared and intimidated. Like, I'm here to live my mission. I'm here to live out my dreams. I'm here for one life at a time that I know of at a time. And it's, you've got to live it to the fullest, that you deserve that. Your soul knows that you need that. That that's what you crave. If that's something that speaks to you, that's something that speaks to most of my clients. Hey, I really want to get more out of my life. I really want to get more fulfillment. And so if that is you, I'd love to meet with you. I'd love to see you sign up for Empath Energetics. The early bird offer ends end of February. And if you sign up before the end of February, then you will receive a free deep belief hypnotherapy transformation session, which is super epic. Highly recommended by anyone who has been in empath and then taken the hypnotherapy. They've said, hey, I wish that I had taken that also before. So I thought, what a great bonus. I'd love to work with someone who's so excited to join up for empaths that I would say, hey, yeah, I'll totally give you a hypnotherapy session in March as we await the beginning of Empath Energetics round 5. I can't believe I'm on round 5 now. I know there will be a round 6, but round 5 feels really monumental. So if you want in on the super monumental round, please do reach out and connect with me.